So today we had absolutely nothing. Like basically nothing happened in the market today. We had Jerome Powell speak at a central bank independence meeting with other central banks, but he didn't really give the market anything to grab on and to move off of. I'll show you what it looks like on the Federal Reserve website, like how to actually spot events and how to track the events when he's going to speak. I'll show you when he's going to speak, when is going to be an important meeting, the FOMC minutes. I'm going to give you like the summary from the CNBC website and also a trade I made today. I went with a small share because I expected not a lot of movement, and also I didn't want to be caught up in like a news move. So I kind of felt like the market would have been choppy today. I don't like playing choppy markets, but also if the market moved drastically off something irrational, I don't want to be exposed to that. I want to be exposed to just the market trending and just moving in a direction that I can kind of just ride the wave, hop in, hop out, right? So let me show you now. So this is the federalreserve.gov website. You can just type it in and you look for news events, calendar, and you'll see. So if you go to today, which was January 10th, Jerome Powell had a discussion and he's the federal chair. And Jerome H. Powell spoke today, central bank independence at 9 a.m., right? So that's how you would see it come up. And the next time when there's going to be an important meeting is February 22nd. So you're going to look for the FOMC minutes. That's when they really discuss important news, and that's when you're going to see a big move in the market. That's where he's going to speak about interest rates and where he sees um, the tightening of monetary policy going forward, right? So this is a summary from the CNBC website. So basically, their headline says Powell says Fed might have to make unpopular decisions to stabilize prices. However, I'll just get you down to just a key point that they took away from today. So price stability is the bedrock of a healthy economy and provides the public with immeasurable benefits over time. But restoring price stability when inflation is high can require measures that are not popular in the short term as we raise interest rates to slow the economy, right? So he also said right here, the speech did not contain any direct clues about where policy is headed for a Fed that raised interest rates 7 times in 2022 for a total of 4.25 percentage points and has indicated that more increases are likely on the way. But they didn't tell you exactly if they're going to go 75, 50, or 25 in the next meeting. That's a decision that will probably come up in the minutes on the 22nd, right? So if they gave some direct clues, that's when the market would kind of position. That's when people would kind of play certain positions based off of that news. But the Fed is very intentional when it comes to how they issue releases. So if they don't want you to know, they're not going to say anything. They're not going to hint at it. You can ask them that. They're not going to answer it. All right. So that's basically what happened today. I'll show you my trade for today. So on the dollar 1 hour, what does it look like? On the dollar 1 hour, let's scale it down. On the dollar 1 hour, and this is the QQQ on the 1 hour. So we have the dollar pushed down, basically in the pre-market, pushed down. Oh, that's Monday. So let's move this to Tuesday. Okay. So let's move this to Tuesday. Let's move this to Tuesday. That's Tuesday. All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. So we basically had the dollar not really breaking a range, right? Basically had the dollar. You have a red candle here. You come down, you kind of find a bottom. You kind of came back up. You didn't make a new high, and you kind of just stayed in this range with not a lot of trading volume. And then the market, I didn't enjoy it today because all right, here's the first candle. You have a big green move on the QQQ, and then the next candle is basically the range for the day. You know I don't like those things because that's basically setting your highest upside and your lowest downside for the day, or depending on how you're playing it. But it's setting the range for the day, and I'm not clear on how to play that as yet, on our way to trade that as yet. So that's how I just didn't really get to play that so well. Looking back, the dollar had basically no movement today. So this is 8 o'clock. This is the highest point of the day around 8:40. Around 9:30, 9:35, that was the lowest point of the day. And it kind of stayed within a range. If the dollar stays within a range, the QQQ highly unlikely that it's going to do anything during the entire day. So I'll show you the trade I made today. I stuck small shares today because I didn't expect a big move, especially since we had the news in the morning and I didn't want to be affected by that. And especially since the dollar stayed within a range, I didn't have a direction to trade it that way. So I lost. I entered to the buy side at 9:35. That's when we had a red candle on the dollar. And let me put it in here. So on the 9 o'clock candle at 27192, 27192, and let me extend this. So at 27192, 27192 on the 9 o'clock candle. Okay, perfect. So 27192, and here's 9 o'clock. It's at the top of the 9 o'clock candle. 27192. This is where I entered to the sell side. So I was expecting the market to continue to the downside. And as you can see, that's where the market kind of found a bottom. This is where the market found a bottom. It kind of made a rally to the upside on the dollar. So I went to the buy side. So while the dollar was going down, I went to the buy side, which usually works. So especially on days where you have news or events, like the dollar and the market might tend to do its own thing. And as you can see, the market was just in a range. It didn't really break out of the range. The first candle was a big green candle from the weekly support, and it hit a daily support level, hit it right through. The next candle was a huge indecision candle that stretched from the weekly support almost to the second daily resistance above here. And after that, the market never went higher than that. Even for the last candle, it basically topped out at that last 3 o'clock candle. So this is where I entered to the buy side, and then I had a close stop loss of like $9, and you can see I got hit out within 10 minutes at 271.3. So that's when the market started to go against me a bit. 271.3, 271.3. Okay, so this is where I entered to the buy side, and this is where I got stopped out at my stop loss to the sell side. And for the rest of the day, I was just completely out of the trade because I just didn't feel like the market would have trended in a direction that would have given me any possibility to make some money today. So I just decided just end the trade there. It's not worth it to even try and force it. Also, the market is focusing on the fact that Jerome Powell gave no clues, no direction as to where policy is headed. So the market had nothing to grab on and to say, oh, this is why we're pushing in that direction, or this is why we should push down, this is why we should go up. So the market had no news, no catalyst really. It was just complete indecision, and basically we did nothing for the entire day. So that's basically what happened for today. and hopefully tomorrow we have more of a trending move, and from a trending move, you know, we can definitely make some money. So let's see how it plays out. I hope we have a much better day tomorrow on the dollar and on the QQQ, and I'll see you tomorrow.